Okay, let's dive right in. Today, we've got a really fascinating clash for you, a clash of wrestling titans, but not from the history books. This one's from a virtual arena.
Ah, okay. Like a simulation.
Exactly. We're looking at a WWE 2K25 simulation. Think of it like a dream match brought to life, you know.
Nice. Who's in it?
It's pitting the legendary Stone Cold Steve Austin against, get this, a heel John Cena.
Whoa, okay. A villain John Cena. That's interesting.
Right, and in this scenario, he's the reigning champ.
Wow. Well, that's immediately captivating, isn't it? Because it lets us explore a matchup you could only ever really fantasize about.
Totally.
It really speaks to why wrestling fans get so into it. We love these what-if scenarios, imagining like different eras colliding. It's kind of like remixing sports history.
Yeah, exactly. And this specific virtual rumble, it comes from the A.I.W.A.
A.I.W.A.
The Artificial Intelligence Wrestling Alliance. They're like a community really into making and sharing these simulated wrestling matches.
Oh, okay. I think I've maybe seen some of their stuff.
Could be. And actually, a big shout out to their fans, Jensen and Nate, apparently. They inspired this very matchup.
Cool.
So you've got Stone Cold, you know, the no-nonsense attitude, always ready with the stunner.
The Texas Rattlesnake himself.
That's him. Versus this darker, more ruthless John Cena.
And that's the hook, right? This isn't the Cena we're necessarily used to seeing.
Yeah.
Not the hustle, loyalty, respect guy shaking hands.
Not at all.
This version is a champion who's willing to, fight dirty, break the rules to keep the title.
That's the idea. It throws a really interesting shadow over his usual heroic character.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how far this darker version would actually go. It's a great contrast.
So it sets up this huge question, doesn't it? Can Stone Cold's whole rebellious thing, his iconic moves, overcome Cena's ruthless streak and that championship drive? Even though it's just a simulation, the stakes, they kind of feel real because of the history these guys have, their personas.
They do. And if you think about wrestling storytelling, these simulations, they really highlight how much those strong characters and clear conflicts matter, no matter the era.
Good point.
And the fact it's all happening in WWE 2K25, which apparently has stunning detail and next-gen graphics.
Yeah, that's what the source says.
So it makes it visually, pretty compelling, too.
Yeah.
A good way to see these hypotheticals play out.
Absolutely. And it's presented like a modern Monday Night Raw. They even called it a Netflix-style presentation.
Ooh, okay. So slick and polished.
Yeah, it gives this whole fantasy booking thing a really exciting, modern feel. Taps right into that fan desire to see dream matches happen.
And what's also interesting is how this stuff fuels the fans, right?
Yeah.
The source mentioned people in the comments debating.
Oh, yeah. Like, who should Cena face next? Or who could possibly beat Stone Cold?
It shows these characters, they still spark all this discussion and imagination in the community.
It really does. And, the call for likes, subscribes, shares for more WWE 2K25 dream matches, it just underlines that there's a real demand for this kind of thing. People are invested in seeing these legends clash, even virtually.
Definitely an appetite for it. So yeah, the core takeaway here, this simulated battle, Stone Cold versus heel Cena, it's not just like a bit of fun. It's a pretty compelling what if.
Right. Driven
by real fan curiosity and brought to life with modern gaming tech, lets us explore those clashes across wrestling history.
Okay, so here's the really thought-provoking bit for you, the listener. Considering the big differences in wrestling styles, the characters, Stone Cold's era versus this darker take on Cena, what other dream matches would you be fascinated to see simulated like this?
Good question.
And maybe more than that, what might the outcomes of those virtual fights tell us about how pro wrestling, as entertainment, as a sort of sport, how it's changed and evolved over all these years? That's your main event to think about.
As one of the best in the business. Just ripping and tearing at their opponent's eyes. Not looking good in this position. Shot to the throat. Stiff shot to the abdomen. Carefully placed stop to the arm. Taking a few hard shots, and John Cena looked a bit threadbare. And Austin showing he can do this all day, all by his lift-off. And Cena for the title. And he manages to kick out at one. These men knew this match was going to be hard-fought. What a reversal reversal. Cena doing what he can to hold the beatdown. He's still in this, and he's making sure everyone knows that. Pulled up. Go for the win here. Austin still alive. Got to change something up with the pin technique. Getting pummeled. Ah, look at this, just cranking it out. Just cranking the head. Kick to the back. Boom. Oh, he got him. Is he going to lock this in? Right now he's looking for anyone to break into this, and he does. Stiff elbow will break that. And he said it for years, you want some? Come get some. Austin with a reversal. Boom. Tremendous pressure being applied in this head crank. Crank in the head. Stone Cold Steve Austin. To the top. New champ. He's still in the fight, but for how much longer? Brutal boot. Champ is in agony here. That's the roughneck approach we've come to expect from the Rattlesnake. Out their opponent. Oh, snake eye. Cover. Kick out at two. This is going to come down to who wants it more. Dodge is out of the way. Cena, the powerhouse. Gonna finish things up with a slam. John Cena. This is vintage Cena. Cena delivers a fire with a pin for the title. Kicks out. How in the world did he kick? That was inventive. Cena dropping way more than 5 moves of doom against Austin. He wastes no time fighting the attack. And Cena's able to win. Big forearm. Punch connects. Oh my goodness. The champ in a very bad way. Or he surely doesn't have much left in him. It's like only the Walking Dead with him. Uses the edge of the knee. Stone Cold. A little salute. And another stop. The legs hooked. Could be looking for it. Step allows the opponent to get to the ropes and get out of that bad situation. Taking his time, preparing to attack. From the top. An uninterrupted surge against Cena here. Cena needs to find some energy. And I think that just opened him up. Yep, certainly did. Goodness. Austin! It just got as bad as it could for the champ. Let's take another look at what made that matchup so memorable.
What a turn of events. One reign ends and another begins.
He dug deep into his offensive arsenal and played defense at the right time. And now the title is his.